Hey, it's Nathan with OptionsForAll.com. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to buy put options on Robinhood. We'll go through the mobile, and then we'll look at their website, and then we'll do Robinhood Legend. So we'll go through all three processes. Now, if you're only interested in one method, I still recommend watching the whole video because I'm going to go in more detail early on in the video on the various settings that are able to be selected when you're putting your order in. So if you want those details, I'd watch the full video, but we'll go through everything throughout the video. Now also, this is going to be like a technical video on how to buy the put options on Robinhood. If you're interested in learning about put options or the long put strategy, I have a blog post. I'll have a link in the description down below, and also have a video coming out soon that will be out by the time this video is out. So if you're interested in the long put strategy, check that out. If you're interested in buying put options on Robinhood, then you're in the right place. Now let's go ahead and hop over to my mobile device and we'll go through it over there. Alright, so here we are in Robinhood, and in order to buy a put option, we need to navigate to the ticker symbol that we want to buy. So what you can do is click the magnifying glass right down there at the bottom, and then come up to search Robinhood. So we'll tap into there, and then enter the ticker symbol that you're interested in buying the put option for. Now, as a reminder, a put option gives you the right to sell stock at a particular price. So that means you're bearish on the stock, or maybe you own the stock and you're kind of doing a protective put. So that way, if the price of the stock falls past that level, at least you've locked in whatever gains that you wanted to lock in. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and enter my ticker symbol. I'm just going to do SPY. And then go ahead and click on return, and you should see it loaded up right there. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. All right, so here is SPY, and then we want to go ahead and tap on trade right there, and we see the option to trade options. So we're going to go ahead and select that right there. All right, and then it gives us the builder, so we could go ahead and go through that process, but we're not going to do that because I like having full control over things, and I find that going through their process flow is a little confusing actually. So the first thing we need to do is select our expiration date, and so you can select whatever is relevant for you based off of your particular needs. I'm going to go ahead and tap on June 30th, and then we want to go ahead and make sure we're on buy and also put, because we're buying a put option. So let me just tap on buy and tap on put, although it looks like we're already set there, so we're good to go. All right, so then we're looking at our options chain, and we have the strike prices right here, so 757, 756, and so on. We see the current price is $755.65, and then we have the cost of the options in order to buy them. So they've really simplified the options chain for us, but it gives us all the relevant details. If we tap into one of the options, it gives us more details. So if we tap in there, we can see our bid and ask spread, and we see the implied volatility, the previous close, the chance of profit, the volume, open interest, the Greeks, and so on. So it gives us some more details if you want to tap into it. I'm going to go ahead and tap out of it now. We'll just tap up there, and there we go. You can also customize your view a little bit, so you can click that gear icon, and you can change whether you want to see focused or side by side. You can add some metrics if you want to go ahead and do that. You can also select the default price and your default profit and loss chart. So a few different settings. We're not going to play with those in this video, but those are available for you. All right, so now we need to go ahead and figure out what price we want to buy our put option at. So I'm going to go ahead and select one right here. We'll go with 750. So I think that the price of SPY is going to drop below 750 by June 30th. So I want to go ahead and buy a put option for $750. So in order to add that to my order, I just come over here. We can see that's going to cost me $8.57. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. And it popped up a buy 750 put with the 6:30 expiration. And there's my cost. I can go ahead and tap on continue. And now I'm in the order form area. So I can go ahead and configure my order to my settings. Now the first thing we can go ahead and select is the type of order. The default is limit order. And that means that you set a limit price for what you're willing to pay for that particular option, and you will not pay more than that price. So right now it defaulted to $8.57, so that means that I will not pay more than $8.57. Now I might get it for less, which would be awesome, but I won't pay any more than that. So this lets you control how much you're willing to pay for that particular option. And I'm going to go ahead and tap on limit order up here and see what other settings we have. So we also have stop limit, and that triggers a limit order if the bid price rises to the stop price. And I'm not going to go into detail on that in this video, as I have other tutorials explaining the stop limit, but we will talk about market real quick. So this is only available Monday through Friday when the market is open, and of course excluding holidays as well. But what this will do is, instead of having a limit on your order will fill at whatever the market value is. So whatever price somebody's willing to sell you an option at, it's going to automatically fill at that price. So it might be more than you want, it might be less than you want, but if you want it to go through right away, then market order will let you do that. There's also stop market as well, which is beyond the scope of this video, so we're gonna keep on moving down. We also have time and force. So we have good for day. And in this case, if your order doesn't execute, it'll expire at the end of the trading session. So if you do a limit order and you want it for like a lower price than anyone's willing to sell it to you for, well then your order will stay open until it is filled or until the day is over, and then your order will automatically cancel. And then there's also the option for good till canceled. So if your order doesn't execute, well then it'll stay open until it does execute and you buy your put option, or you come into your Robinhood account and you cancel that order. So that's another way to get out of the order, is good till canceled, or when the option expires. So if it goes to the expiration date and the order doesn't fill, well then your order will cancel then as well. So that is time and force. We're going to go ahead and stick with limit order. So I'm going to tap on that. All right, moving on down, we have limit price. Now you can see that we have a bid, and a bid is what the buyers are bidding on the contract for. So people like us that are trying to buy a put contract are bidding $8.53. So that's kind of who we're competing against. Then there's the ask price. The ask price is the price that the sellers are willing to sell the contract for. So it's $8.57 is what they want in order to sell the contract to you. So you can see there's a 4-cent gap between what the buyers are trying to buy it for and the sellers are willing to sell it for. So between these 2 points is the midpoint. And usually when you're buying or selling options, you usually look at the midpoint as like the price for that particular contract. So we might go ahead and put in $8.55 right there, and hopefully our order would fill. A seller would come down and be willing to sell it to us for $8.55. Now, of course, another buyer might come in and be willing to offer $8.56 or $8.57, which is exactly what they're asking for. So our order might not fill at $8.55. However, if we spend, 2 cents more, we could have our order fill probably right away because we are offering the sellers exactly what they're asking for. And alternatively, if we wanted to, buy the put for $7, then more than likely our order will not go through because no one's willing to sell that to us for $7. So even though we want it for $7, I don't think they're going to come down that low, unless of course the price of SPY increases and therefore our put contract would decrease in value. Well, then we might get it for $7, and that's when that good till canceled order type might come into play, is if you're bidding much lower but you're willing to bid $7, well then your order might go through. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and do $8.57 so that way our order would go through right away. We got our estimated cost then for this put option at $857.04. And of course, that's because each contract represents 100 shares. So we got to take our price and multiply it by 100. So that's how we get to $857.04. And moving on down, I'm going to go ahead and click on this little downward arrow thing, and it opens up a chart for us as well. So we can take a look at it, and it gives us some detail. So I want to start with the break even, because that's the price that we would need SPY to drop below before we start turning a profit, assuming we hold on to it until expiration. Now, of course, we could go ahead and sell our put option back before expiration, and maybe we can make a profit earlier on. But at expiration, we need the price of SPY to be less than $741.43. Now, why is that? Because our put option is $750 strike price, which gives us the right to sell SPY at $750. However, we're paying a premium for that right. We're paying $8.57 per share in order to sell it at $750. So we need to recoup the premium that we're paying for that right. And so you take $750 minus $8.57, get you the $741.43 break-even price. And again, this break even is at expiration. If SPY drops very quickly all of a sudden, we could probably sell this put option for a profit before expiration. Now we have our max profit as well. So 74,143. That's just our break even times 100. And That's of course if SPY goes to 0, which probably will not happen unless the world's ending or something like that anyway, and we'll have bigger problems. But that's the maximum amount of profit we could go ahead and make, and our max loss is the amount that we are paying for this contract to begin with. So we could lose the entire value that we pay for the contract, which is $857. And we have our table right here, so we can see, at expiration, what we lose, and when we lose a little bit less, and then we get to our break-even point, and we can see where our profit is. So at expiration, if SPY is at $731 or $730.92, we'd expect a profit of $1,050.54. All right, so those are the details right there. We can go ahead and tap on review when we're ready, and it gives us the information, and when we're ready, we could go ahead and swipe up to submit our order, and then our order would go out to market, and it would see if there's anyone willing to sell us one contract of a SPY put option with a $750 strike price with the expiration of June 30th. And we're willing to pay $857 for it, and hopefully our order would fill. If it doesn't fill and you want to come back in and change things up, you could come in, edit your order, and increase your limit price up a little bit in order to get it to fill. Or maybe you want to change your order type to market and have it fill right away. So that's how to buy a put option on Robinhood Mobile. Now we'll hop over to their website and go through the process over there. We're going to go quite a bit faster because we're not going to go through all the settings like we just did on mobile. So let me switch over to desktop real quick. Alrighty, here we are on their website, and in order to buy a put option, we just come up here to search, and we'll search for our ticker symbol. We'll go to SPY again, and it loads up the chart. We're going to come over here to the right hand side where it says trade SPY options. We'll go ahead and click on that, and then just like on the mobile, we want to make sure that we're on buy and we're on put. And then we want to go ahead and select our expiration date. I'll go back out to June 30th, and then we're looking at our options chain right here, and we can scroll down to the strike price that we want to buy our put option at. We're looking at that $750 strike price, and we have our delta, chance of profit, and so on. We could go ahead and click on this, and we can get more details right here. So we could get the other Greeks and implied volatility, volume, open interest, etc., all available to us right there. Once we're happy with the particular contract that we want to buy, we come over to ask price. We go ahead and click on that, and it loads up our order form, and we have our long put, we have our $750 strike price, our expiration of June 30th, we're buying it, $8.57, total cost $857. We have our profit and loss table right down here, so same type of view that we have on the mobile device we have on their website as well. We can go ahead and click on continue. And then we get into the details of our order. So we can hit this drop down here and select limit or stop limit or market. So that's how you switch between the different order types on desktop. You can select the number of contracts you want to buy, so one or more. You're getting to your limit price, which we've already discussed. You can enter whatever price you want to pay for that particular contract. And then you get into time and force, so good for day, good till cancel. We'll keep it good for day. And then we get our total estimated cost, which is $857.04. Again, that's just the price of the contract times 100 because each contract represents 100 shares. If we wanted, two contracts, it would double the price. So it'd be $1,714.08 for two contracts. All right, and there's our estimated cost breakdown fee. So $857 times 100 multiplier times number of contracts. Like I just said, look at that. And then there's a 4-cent regulatory fee, which is where that 4 cents comes from. And then this profit and loss calculator changes based off of your price up here. So if I did put in 7, you can see that our expected profit and loss, the max loss is $700 instead. But like we discussed when going through the mobile portion, the likelihood of a order filling at $7 is very minimal, and the value of the put option drops in value then. So there's that. And when we're ready, we can go ahead and click on review order. And once we're ready, we can go ahead and click on submit, and that would submit our order. And that's the process for buying a put option on the Robinhood website. Now let's hop over to Robinhood Legend and go through the process over there. Alrighty, here we are on Robinhood Legend, and I'm in a blank layout right now. You just want to make sure that you have an options chain. So we'll add an options chain widget to our layout here, and of course you can go ahead and customize it. You can add charts and all sorts of cool stuff. The first thing we want to do is go ahead and go to our ticker symbol, so you can click the magnifying glass right there. I'm just going to switch over to NVIDIA, so we're changing things up. And then we have our options chain. Go ahead and identify your expiration date that you're looking at. I'm going to go out to July 2nd right here, so 32 days out into the future. We can click on that, and it opens up our options chain. Now, it might not have enough strikes on it for our particular liking. So if we want to add some more strikes, we can come up here and click on the filter here and change the number of strikes. So you can put it at 24 or custom, and let's just put it at 50. And then when you're happy, you can go ahead and click on done. And there we go. So now we have some more strikes available to us. And I'm going to go ahead and make this option chain window a little bit bigger just so we have some more room over here. All right, now you might notice that there's two different sides. So we have the call side and we have the put side. We are buying a put option in this video, so we need to be looking at the put side. And let's scroll on down here and try and find a put option that meets our credentials or criteria. I'm going to be looking for a strike price lower than the current price, so an out of the money strike price. So I'm looking at this $195 strike price. I think that the price of Nvidia is going to drop, to 175 or lower in the next 28 or 32 days, whatever I selected for my expiration, 32 days. So I think that the 195 strike price is good for me for my put option. And I can see a bunch of the relevant information like the last net change, volume, open interest, implied volatility, delta, theta, gamma, vega, rho, and so on. So all these different metrics. I could come in here and you could go ahead and customize your columns as well. So if there's information you want to see, you could go ahead and add those columns into your table. And once you've identified the strike price that you want to pay for, you come over to the ask side, because again, the ask is the price that the sellers are willing to sell it for. So this is the price they're asking for, and the bid is the price that the buyers are willing to pay for it. Now we're trying to buy, so we're going to come over to the ask. We'll click on that, and it opens up our order form over here. I'm going to drag it over a little bit. All right, so we have our Nvidia July 2nd, $195 strike price put option. We are buying to open. That's what it's called when we're buying an option, buy to open, or BTO. We have our order type, just like on the other version. We can set the order type. I'm going to go with limit. We have our quantity, so you can set the quantity of contracts you want to buy. We have our limit price, and we could of course set that for where we want it. I'm just going to leave it at $4. I'm willing to buy it at the price that the sellers are selling it for. And then we have our time in force setting that we can go ahead and select. I'll leave it for good for day. And we get our estimated cost right here for $400.04. So there's $4 times 100 times the number of contracts plus a 4-cent fee. And also, if you want to look at the chart like we have on the other versions, you can come and click on simulated returns, and this will show you the chart for the particular contract that you're looking at, so you can see the pricing details. Now, the chart that you see on the other Robinhood versions is at expiration. So if you want to see the chart at expiration, you drag this little slider down here all the way to the left, and that'll put it at expiration, and you'll see a similar chart like you'd see elsewhere on Robinhood. So then you can go ahead and figure out where you'd meet your max loss. So anything greater than $195.16, I'd be at my maximum loss. And then between that amount and up to my break even at $191.06, I would be losing a little bit less than max loss. And then anything lower than my break even of $191. And again, I think that Nvidia is going to drop to 175 or lower in the next 32 days. So I think I'm going to make a whole lot of money. So if we're going to drop to 170 some dollars, and I zoom out a little bit and get to, right here. So I think I'm going to make about $1,713 at expiration. Now, of course, we could go ahead and play with this slider, and so we can get an idea if by like June 16th, if the price of Nvidia is at 201.97, well then I'd be at about break even on June 16th. And so anyway, when you're happy, you can go ahead and click on buy Nvidia put, and that would go ahead and submit the order in order for you to buy the put option with the various settings that you've selected. So that's all there is to it for buying options on Robinhood. We looked at the mobile, we looked at their website, and we looked at Robinhood Legend. And again, if you're interested in the long put strategy, please check out this blog post, and I'll have a video as well explaining the long put strategy in great detail. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it helpful and that you have a great rest of the day.